Hello and welcome into SorareAndrews, brought to you by Sorare Data. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdino on Sorare, joined by Andrew Black. Today on St. Andrew's Day. Let's go. Andy, how are you celebrating?
I'm working.
There we go. Good. Me too.
Maybe tonight I'll have some haggis. What do you think?
I was gonna say, what time is your feast?
5 p.m. sharp, and we're going to be having lots of haggis.
Okay.
I still don't know what a haggis is, but
Yeah.
we're going to be having it.
We were told we should have that, but also we should not have that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I think haggis is like the stomach of something, and you put things in it.
Isn't that really basically what sausage is?
No.
Sausage isn't like the casing of sausage is intestine, though. So I guess it's not technically stomach.
Not always. I don't think it always is.
You're an unwrapped sausage guy?
Yeah.
Daniel Cooper said, I heard they moved St. Andrew's Day to be on a Thursday, so it lined up with the SorareAndrews podcast. Agreed.
I heard
the exact same thing.
Yeah.
There's no other really reason that it would be today.
I made sure to wish all my family members today a happy St. Andrew's Day. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm Andrew. That's funny.
Let me guess what there was maybe a GF response to that.
Probably.
Haber said, aren't most dads unwrapped sausage guys? How else would they be dads? So this show is about Haber, to be honest. This is a great line. So this show is about Haber, but I also want to say that Haber was on Nellis's show. Was that last week? And I think that those two should have a show together all the time, not about Sorare.
Who, Nellis and Haber?
Yes.
And talk about air traffic control and just
in
general.
Yeah. So anyone who hasn't listened to that, you guys
don't let them steal your idea of what do you do podcast.
No. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Maybe I shouldn't say more.
Yeah.
No, I'm just all right. So Daniel Cooper's right. Haber was on everything last week. So I was listening to the show. Like I usually listen to So Far So Rare on Spotify. I don't watch it. But there was a point in the show where I was like, I should probably watch this, but I kept listening anyway. And Haber was describing this like burn that he got during Sorare Sevens. Is that what they call it? Whatever, that little 7-on-7 tournament that nobody invited us to. But anyway, he got this and I remember him talking about it when it happened, like a while ago. So it was basically on like whatever is the side of your leg between, like, it wasn't his shin and it wasn't his calf, but it was on the side, I think. But anyway, I didn't know it was there. And so the two of them are talking about it, and Haber's like, he's describing it. And then Nellis is like, let me just see it. And Haber's like, all right. And he gets up, apparently, like, I'm listening to this. And Nellis is like, no, lift it up a little more. And for some reason, I think that the injury is actually like on his thigh. And I'm like, is he basically telling him to like lift his pants up?
Yeah, he's like a little higher.
And the two of them are a
little higher.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like. He was like, hey, lift that a little higher. And like, it was just the bottom of his leg. But for some reason, I thought it was the top. And I'm like, what is this show turning into? and that's when I was like, oh, they should just do this all the time. This like maybe nudity show between Haber and Nellis with this like weird sexual innuendo throughout. It's great listen. Anybody who hasn't listened to that, go check that out. But the reason why this show today is about Haber, who we did not invite here, because I didn't actually want to know what he thought about this. But it happened, I think he was describing it. I can't remember if he was talking to me about it directly or if it was on Sorare Ramble, which everybody should go subscribe to as well. But he was talking about when he got his Greetzman Super Rare, and he tweeted about it. And he was like so happy that he got this card. And he's like, he traded his Doku super rare and something else, whatever it was. And Sean gave him a hard time for it. And he was like, no, I'm happy about getting this card. And so he tweeted and he was like, look at this cool card I got. And everyone's like, oh, well, he's going to Saudi Arabia, so you better get some utility.
Yeah, they're like, hey, take the L, right?
Yeah. And it was just like, let the man enjoy his brand new JPEG. Like, and it happens like all the time that people like get excited and they're like, I'm going to share this with the world on social media. And everyone's like, man, that sucks. And you're like, no, but I'm happy about it. And they're like, no,
they're like, you know what? Actually, I think you lost that trade by $4.
Yeah. I can't believe you gave up that much for that. Yeah. And it's like, well, I got the thing that I wanted. And they're like, yeah, but you paid a ton for it, didn't you?
Right. Yeah, you lost.
Can we just like let people enjoy their stuff? Like, what the hell?
The answer is no, we can't.
No. It is comfortably no is the answer. And yeah, I felt bad because like Haber was happy and everybody came out and they were like, no, this is why you should not be happy. And it's like, don't tell someone not to be happy. Just at least give them a few hours. And then you're like, oh, by the way, he's going to Saudi Arabia. But I don't know. Daniel Cooper said, did anyone see Make It a Double-Double last week with Harry talking about 2 18-year-olds stealing his Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
No, but that sounds like a fun story. I'll have to listen to that.
I'm like 10 minutes into that show. So I have not heard that part yet. So Andy, so on Make It a Double-Double, they ask the guest to have like a drink that they all have. And Harry doesn't really drink that much. What do you think Harry asked them? What do you think Harry drank on that show?
Ooh, let's see. I don't know really. Like he's from Wales, right? But he's been very Americanized going to college here.
Yes.
And he went to school in like Tennessee or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's like a Tennessee whiskey guy. So it's gonna be something kind of girly, I think. Is it a shot or like a drink?
It was a mixed drink.
It was a mixed drink.
I'll give you a hint that it was a one type of liquor and like a mixer, and that's it.
Okay. You know what? He's a Jaeger bomb guy, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be. Yeah, I don't drink that much. Jaeger bombs, anyone?
I mean,
it was a vodka Coke.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Come on, Harry, do better. Come on, Harry.
I have never in my life mixed vodka and Coca-Cola. And he was like, yeah, vodka
stuff in college, like vodka and like Mountain Dew or Squirt or just like other like sodas, but like clear sodas, like or even like Fanta.
Yes, or like an orange, yeah. So I kind of feel like because Harry doesn't drink that much, he heard that vodka soda is a thing.
Yeah.
And so he was like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And so he got vodka and Coke, even though like the soda is usually just like, why am I blanking? Not seltzer, but club soda.
Yeah.
Like it's flavorless bubbles.
To be fair,
instead
it was probably good.
Might have been. I don't know.
I mean,
Kev heard said I need to open up. Apparently it's very popular in the UK.
To be fair, vodka is absolute garbage and trash, and it should be just like poured on a fire and lit on fire.
Wow.
It goes like whiskey, bourbon, scotch at the top, and then you have rum, tequila, gin, vodka at the bottom. Like send it all back to Russia. Give it all back. You don't want it here.
What about American-made Tito's?
No. Send it back to wherever they make it in Idaho or whatever, the potato farm.
The potato farm.
I don't want it here.
Sorare Holland's a rum and Coke all day. I used to drink Captain and Cokes like they were water. And
yeah, those are delicious. And I think the big problem for me is we drank pop-off vodka in college because it was the cheapest thing we could get. And I've probably regurgitated it a lot of times. And now that's the only memory I have of vodka.
That's totally fair. Yeah. Skozer said nobody drinks vodka after they leave school. Mike Bassett said Finnish vodka is the best. Yeah. So I was with you about vodka. Like in college, it's like, okay, what's the biggest bottle we can find for the cheapest?
Right.
It's always a plastic bottle.
Oh, grain alcohol. All right.
Yeah. You're better off just like splashing that stuff in your eye as opposed to drinking it. But later in life, I think they started making vodka better. And so that's when I
even bought good vodka and I was like, okay, I'll give Kettle One a try or whatever the other nice ones are. And no, not for me.
Just no.
Just bad memories.
That's fair. Sorry, everybody's saying that Sporting already lost the clean sheet. Really just, did Coates start? He didn't. Let's go. So Haber said, I don't drink like at all. I drank the other night though, had a few Koppabergs and I regretted it. What do you think that is?
I couldn't even tell you. Seems like a beer. See what the old Google machine has to say.
Swedish. Oh, it's cider.
Oh, okay. Cider can be all right as long as it's not too sweet.
Right.
Like a dry cider is good.
I actually, I drank ciders before I drank beer. When I started drinking, and I really just can't actually drink them anymore because I'm just like, Haber's. I did get a few tipsy messages from Haber. Maybe that's when he told me he was pissed off that everybody shat on him for his Griezmann purchase. Daniel Cooper said, what's with the gin hate? Tequila is by far the worst. That's another one. Tequila is much better today than it was when I first started drinking tequila.
We never really drank tequila in school because we were, I guess, I don't know. It was not as cheap as Pop-Off vodka, which sponsor the show, right? But
right after Ridge Wallet.
But I don't know. I don't mind tequila. But I don't drink it very often. It's just like if we go to a Mexican restaurant, oh, we're gonna do a tequila shot. Sure, why not?
So tequila was always the one that, apologies for swearing right now, but when you were out drinking and you were like, all right, we're getting fucked up. And that's when you started and you were like, tequila shots. And that's when everyone knew you were getting wasted that night. I don't feel that way anymore. I cannot remember the last time I took a shot of anything, let alone a tequila. Sora Allen said tequila doing work is killing. Let's see. Kev Hurd's a Grey Goose guy. Yeah, Grey Goose is good. When Grey Goose came out, I feel like the level of vodka was okay, we can drink that now. This is a Sorare show, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about hating and being mean, so I'm happy to hate on vodka.
We're being driven to. This is what happens when you're mean to people. They start drinking, and then all of a sudden,
yeah.
Oh, to kill ya. Yeah, there you go.
What is tequila even made out of? It's like cactus or something.
Agave.
Right? Is that a cactus?
Yeah. Or it looks like one, at least. Yeah, CJ said anything clear is good for me. Dark liquors, not so much. They make me hot and mean. I've never been a bourbon whiskey. Never.
Love it.
Yeah, my wife describes them as it tastes like she's drinking fire. And I was just like, that's a good one. I don't know.
I've never heard of that even being I've never had a bottle that had a worm in it.
Really? You've never seen them?
No.
I don't understand.
I don't buy tequila either. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think Casamigos is the more popular one now that I know people who drink tequila now, if they're not the super high end tequila, I met somebody the other day who was talking about how they sip tequila like you would sip bourbon. And I was like, that seems crazy to me, but
yeah,
you do.
What's weird to me is the whole worm in the bottle to begin with. You have to think the origin of that was they bottled it and they were like, oh fuck, there's a worm in it. No, we always do that.
Yeah, keep doing it.
We always have a worm in our bottle. It's totally.
The worm itself is actually a moth larvae. called the gusano de maguey, since it feeds off the maguey plant. If they weren't being drowned in booze, each of these little guys would actually turn into a night butterfly called the mariposa. That seems made up.
Well, Tugford just said the same thing. It was originally a proof test. If they dropped the worm in and it died instantly, it was a strong enough proof.
Okay. I'll accept it. Sorry, I just got a notification that I got a goal in my Cap 240 team, Andy.
Nice.
My captain is a sub, though.
Okay.
That's bad.
You can overcome that.
Wish I hadn't seen that. Oh, there it is, Daniel. Yeah. Mike, we do have Goldschlager in the U.S. There was one of those funky shots with Goldschlager in it too. It was it wasn't a Jaeger bomb, but it was something, and it had Goldschlager in it.
Goldschlager is basically just like schnapps, right?
Yes.
Like it's peppermint or cinnamon or something.
With real gold.
Yeah, I've had it before. Back when I was like 18.
Oh, man. Yes, and had it today with Alizé. Alizé had some funky flavors too. It reminded me of, which I cannot believe, not only is still made, but apparently is quite popular, and that it's Quinny's favorite drink is Mad Dog.
Oh, God.
Like, how is that a thing, really?
But didn't we had that discussion? Like, Mad Dog's like a huge thing in like Scotland or something.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's Quinny's favorite drink.
Which isn't that
he
like,
also doesn't drink.
Isn't that like my parents drank Mad Dog like back in the day? Like I thought that was like an American thing.
I thought so too.
Oh, I'm trying to think of where or look at where it's like made. Flavored fortified wine. That sounds so gross.
I thought it was just malt liquor, which maybe that's what that is.
One of our great exports. Yeah, get it out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a Sorare related question for you.
Thank God, because this is a Sorare show. There's a logo somewhere.
Sorry about that. Have you ever seen the stat for a goalkeeper called diving catch?
Maybe. I don't know. Is that different than a diving save?
Yeah, there's diving save, and that's worth like 2 points. And then there's diving catch, and it's worth 3.5 points. Like who?
Really?
I don't know who determined that number, first of all. But Fabianski has a diving catch today. I'm not watching the game, but he has a diving catch. And like I would assume that's like something that's not on goal, and he's diving for some reason to catch it.
And that's worth more than a diving save.
Correct.
Huh. Diving catch. There it is.
I have never seen it. Never once seen someone get one.
I'm going to look at the last, let's do 40 games in the Premier League. Who do you think leads the league in diving catches?
How do you even know this? Oh, you have like special data over there, don't you?
It's what we do here. Should I show you how we got to this page? Does everyone know how to get to the page?
Maybe no.
Not. All right. Since you said it was Fabianski, let's start with him. If you go to Lucas Fabianski's page and you just click right here, English Premier League, which is where he plays. There's a little stats button here.
All right.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Then
but you don't see. You're not going to see anything right now.
But the keeper holds it.
Oh wait, I need to go to L40 though.
It's going to be somebody that takes a lot of shots. Takes a lot of shots. I don't know, like bottom of the table goalkeeper, like Nito or I don't know, Leno.
Let's see. Diving catches. So
Allison has Fabianski with 1. Oh no, Allison.
Allison has 2 in the last 40 games. Oh, Allison, Emiliano Martinez, Ramsdale, and Dubravka leading the last 40. Look at those. Meslier had 10 smothers. This guy knows what he's doing here. Why on earth is this a stat on Sorare? But like fundamentally, Andy, imagine you like won a tournament by 3.3 points, and it's because of something that happens once a year.
Yeah. Well, I would just be really happy that my goalkeeper got a diving catch that game. We don't even have diving catches in on the baseball side. I think a diving catch would be worth more points there.
That's a weird one. No, I didn't know that existed. If you asked me, I would have said no. Germ said that stat is game breaking. I'll be keeping a closer eye on my goalie. So I saw a goalie make a save the other day. I can't remember who it was, where he, the ball was coming directly towards him, and he basically like jumped to catch it forward and landed with it like on the ground. And I couldn't decide if that was a diving save or not. Like he was diving like away from goal.
Or a smother.
I don't know. I don't know which one it was.
I think it was probably just a
not if he made the save. Germ said the diving catch is part of the goalie triple, which is why it's impossible. That's a great like fallback for Sorare. Yeah. Yeah, no, we have the goalie double. Yeah. Diving catches.
Yeah, I don't like how, and I assume, I mean, we talk about this a lot, how almost everything in the scoring matrix is subjective. But that is definitely like very subjective, a diving save. Like, what if I'm leaning to the right and I make the save versus, and you have different people grading these things. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care. Like it is what it is. We all deal with the same nonsense.
Do you think that there's like not a definition of a diving save, but like, what if you kind of like catch and roll?
Yeah.
Like, do you think your shoulder has to hit the ground for it to be a dive? Does there have to be air between you and the ground to like really dive?
Yeah.
Probably not. There's probably some idiot in a computer.
But you do want to
reward, that's a dive.
You do want to reward a goalkeeper that makes a good save. So like that's a way of doing that, but it's still incredibly subjective.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at some of these, I think my favorite, like super subjective, is a good high claim.
Yeah.
What if it's just kind of an okay high claim?
Or have you seen, like, all the negative stats are always interesting to me because you never see them hit, like air led to shot or cross not claimed, I think is one of them. Nick, it's cross not claimed.
I did see an error led to shot the other day. I was watching it. It might have been Liverpool Arsenal, Liverpool Man City.
Yeah.
And
you do see them every once in a while. But, and that one's particularly brutal because -5 on a defender or for like basically like I don't know, -5 is pretty brutal. But it's good to have.
I bought a card for Cap 220 limited this game week, like the midweek, and the guy had an error led to shot, and I was just like,
you know, the messed up part is I'm pretty sure the shot has to be on target. So like if they hit the bar or something, so like you make a horrible error and they hit the bar, it's not -5. But if your goalkeeper bails you out, it's -5.
Right. Mike Bass was asking if Donnarumma got that error led to Donnarumma, excuse me.
He should.
He didn't.
I don't know how it's
That's crazy. He has had like worse, like ones that were not as bad as that one be called error led to goal.
Yeah.
That's insane. He didn't get it.
You got any fun rivals matches going right now?
So I have not played rivals in like over a week.
Loser.
I feel like a loser. I have, let me see if I can check this here. Oh, I have an arena ticket available. So I'm claiming an arena ticket right now. I have 58 arena tickets.
So you're just claiming them every time and then you don't use them.
So I'm just waiting until they're like, if you have 100 arena tickets, you get a tier 1 rare.
Keep waiting.
I'll be laughing then, Andy. All of you ticket users. I don't know what I'm waiting for.
I've got a big match going with Service to Air Missile right now in the Ghent. I don't know who they're even playing. Some
Gray badge.
Yeah, I don't know. But we basically have like a 1v1 between I've got a defender and he's got a different defender. But the rest of our lineup's completely the same, so it's kind of fun to watch.
He's somebody I would just never play in Rivals because I'm like, I think you just have every card, and so.
Well, no, I matched him in the arena.
Oh,
yeah,
huh.
And he saw that, and he wait, no, I don't think he saw that, but he did buy a card. He bought Sven Coombs for the matchup, which you can't buy it after you know who you're matched up with, but he bought it before the matchup, and we happened to get matched up together. It's kind of cool.
It's working. It's working. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to like think, this doesn't even like, it's not even like worth anything. This is all beta and people are buying.
I know.
Like, Sam even told me, he was like, I bought 3 or 4 cards now because of Rivals, just because I knew I was going to be matched up against somebody that had the cards.
Haber, this is a line that Haber has used a bunch, and I love it. That they're playing a Wi-Fi password. I love that line.
Yeah. Zoria.
Speaking of which, there's somewhere around me, there is a Wi-Fi password called New England Clam Router, and I just like I think it's the best one I've ever seen.
That is pretty good. Speaking of which, do you guys just eat clam chowder like all the time up there? Is it like chili in the Midwest? We're eating chili all the time. Like, are you guys just clam chowder every weekend?
Cannot remember the last time I had clam chowder. I'm not far enough. Like, it's more of a Massachusetts thing. Like,
you're in New England, right?
I'm in New England, yeah, but I'm not like far enough that
okay.
It comes out of like another spout on the sink. It's like hot, cold clam chowder.
Yeah, you keep like a tank of it in your house.
Yeah.
It's breakfast.
Everybody thinks they're like propane tanks outside for like heat, and it's like, no, that's clam chowder. CJ said that the arena matched me against someone with the exact same lineup and captain all common cards. I feel like they should not do that.
Yeah, but were the tactics maybe different?
Oh, that's right.
Because that was the other thing with Sam and I. We have one different defender, and then our tactics are different. Oh, Tuggy in his soup.
Same tactic, man. It's probably just somebody messing around. Same person who was like, "Oh, I know Black and Surface Air know each other. Let's put them together." You know, because it's all done manually, I'm sure, by somebody in France. Of course. 24 hours a day. And did you see the NBA announcement today?
I didn't really read it. I just kind of assumed that it was bad.
Why you got to be so mean?
Because it's fun to do bad stuff.
It's fun to do bad things.
Yeah, fun to do hood rat things with my friends.
So you were right.
Yeah. Well, I kind of cheated a little bit because I did see a few people share things on social media where they were annoyed with various aspects of it. But I didn't read the announcement.
So not all the aspects, just some of them.
There's something about like you have to like you can win credits now, but you have to spend the credits to buy new cards or something along those lines.
So, I mean, should I just read this stupid thing? I'm not going to read it. I think it's much better off if we just speculate and pretend that it didn't exist yet. But from what I gathered, because they don't have enough rewards for rare competitions, because they listened to the community and did exactly what we asked and lowered the min rate or the scarcities. They're giving like marketplace credits to buy cards as rewards. The problem is that it's not actually like a straight credit. It's like, if you spend 20, we'll give you 20. And it's like, I don't want to spend. I just want something to not have to spend. That was the point of winning, to not spend.
So you want a discount, basically. You want to buy one, get one free coupon. Ish.
Yes.
A 20% off. I mean, I guess I'm fine with it. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I feel like, personally, I have to, like, I've got to stand my ground because I was one of the people that was like, yeah, no, they need to reduce the mints and make them all aligned. definitely a consequence of that is fewer rewards. And I've won one. I've played every single NBA competition that I can. I just play rare, but I've won one reward so far this year, which is bad. But also, like, I feel like I have to take the L on that because that's what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
So I'm going to stick up for all of us who demanded a change in scarcities.
Yeah.
And I don't think so. I think the appropriate thing to do months ago when we were like, hey, not having the same scarcities is kind of dumb. You should match football. And maybe someone on that argument should have been like, okay, if that happens, here's what happens to the rewards based on how many cards they have left. And I think if we all saw that, we'd be like, oh, okay, we would rather just keep getting rewards. But that didn't happen. And it also didn't come from Sorare, where they were like, do you realize that if we do this, you're not going to win shit? And we would have been like, oh, but you could give us like coins and tickets and jerseys. And they would be like, are you sure? And we'd be like, yeah, it's fine. And then at least we would have gotten here and they could have done a very mature, we told you so.
Yeah.
But that we don't have that now. And that's why I feel like people are kind of upset because it's like, oh, now we can't win. Oh, and you're also not giving us the other stuff that we thought we could win.
Yeah. I guess I feel like I think you're right. If I could still win like coins or something. No, actually I still wouldn't give a shit. I'd just be like, oh, I didn't win again, which I'm not even mad that I'm not winning because I am so low effort. I look at the projections on Sorare data and I submit my lineups based off that. And like I'll watch a game if I have a chance, but for the most part I don't care that much about it.
Do you think you'd care more if you were winning? Like if you were winning as much as last season?
No.
Okay. Do you think that they will not change baseball because of the negative response to basketball?
That's actually a really good point. Maybe. But I think they should still bite the bullet and make all the products the same. Do it.
I don't disagree. So the reason why I'm not disagreeing,
I mean, realistically, how often should I win?
that's fair. That's fair. Alex Hooper had a really good video about this recently. I think it was last week. And he cited someone in that video, and I apologize that I don't remember who it was, but they basically were looking at points required for rewards this year versus last year. And getting tier 1 rewards apparently is easier. Like the points required for tier 1s is lower.
Huh.
But the lower tier rewards is much higher because
They
they're
just
not as
have
many.
so much less trash that they can give away.
Right. And it kind of made sense. I think the lower for tier 1s is probably just statistical noise. Like early in the season, scores are down a little bit. But
I think some of the elite players have not had a great start to the year.
That too. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, yeah, the scores just aren't that high. And so it's like, oh, no, it's easier to win the best prizes. And it's like, but everybody wants to win the best prizes, but if you can't win the best prize, you will kind of want something. And right now people are winning a whole lot of nothing. And so, yeah, CJ said, I think it said you need 20, you need a plus 20 on every player's L10 to get a tier 5. That's not fun. I've won 3 limiteds this year, and I enter 3 limited, like contender, champion, and underdog in limited and rare. But I think I'm like going back to this with baseball. Baseball's too easy.
Right.
Like I won way too many cards last year. Having not I did not buy a baseball card last year, and I won at least one reward like every game week.
Well,
and that's not sustainable either. Like from their point of view, I'm the total leech. Like That's not fair.
Well,
But
I think the big problem is with how long baseball players' careers tend to be. Like, when will you buy a card? Like, you might, like, if you really had a player you wanted, like, you really want Aaron Judge, and Larry convinces you, Dad, we have to get Aaron Judge
yeah.
because he's my favorite player. You're probably just going to trade for him on the secondary market with existing assets or cards.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get out your Amex card and be like, "All right, one Aaron Judge, please, instant buy."
The only card I considered buying this season was Julio Rodriguez, and only because because I'm such a big So Rare baseball player. So Rare allowed me to meet Julio Rodriguez, and I was like, oh, I should buy his card. Didn't.
Well, I have one. Maybe I can trade him to you, but it'll cost you.
Would you like a Darren Sharp limited card from this season? New
No,
season NBA?
I don't know who
You
that
can win
is.
cash.
Not interested.
Blue Tomatoes said, do you think NBA is so hard because there are so many good projections? No, I don't. Like, the best projections don't give you as big of an edge as you think. It's all about, and I was actually complaining to Hooper and Gator Guy about this yesterday, that when Sorare NBA launched, and I used to like very casually play DFS NBA, but that's a miserable product because you are like locked to your computer for the hour or so before lock, 7 days a week. And I was like, Sorare is so much better, twice a week. You get the best scores from the week, whatever. But we then found out very quickly that you still need to be locked to your computer twice a week instead of 7 times. So like
Right.
it's better, but I don't want to do that. And so I think it's hard to play NBA casually, and the change in mint counts just solidified that.
Yeah.
You have to get everything right now to win terrible rewards.
Do you think part of it could be like a game design problem too, where I don't know, maybe going to I don't think daily would be the answer, but like week long, for instance, for basketball, where you can reward more over the course of a week. Or actually, it's the same amount, but instead of double rewarding Laird, Andy might get into the rewards here.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I get one.
So Alex was actually, and I apologize if I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm going to anyway. He thinks that a weekly MLB game would be good.
Yeah.
Because it's just not as intensive as what we have right now. And not that I think, I'm a very casual MLB player. The way the game is set up is you can buy 12 cards and be set for life. Like you really don't, there's no cap, and you can just, if you win, you win.
Yep.
And I think in baseball, like you can scout and spend to be better. But if you're comfortable just like winning rewards when you do, and the variance in baseball, like you can nick a tier 1 every so often.
Yeah.
Basketball, when they announced the in-season tournament competition, I don't know, like nobody's paying attention anymore because we're talking NBA and MLB. But the lock on, I remember when they announced it, we were like, okay, so is the deadline different? Because the in-season tournament games are only Tuesday and Friday, and the regular deadline is Monday and Friday. And they were like, no, it's the same. And it's like, all right, so your regular game is like so dependent on the hour before the deadline to make sure all of the guys are set for that night. But now you're actually making me do it a day ahead of time. And then the next day comes and we get all these guys out and you're like, but I actually think that might make it better. Like, what if we just set our lineups Sunday night, Monday afternoon, whatever, Monday afternoon, and we just go for that week and that's it?
I think there'd be a lot of frustration.
But is it enough frustration, or does it actually create enough variance that more people are winning?
I mean, it would definitely do that, but then probably your sharper players would be like, I have no edge because I can't use any information to, like so much information comes out late right before lock.
Right.
And I don't know. There's definitely a balance there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I don't have to try to find it. You're just gonna sit here and talk about booze with you.
Yeah,
Taking
I think.
shots.
Yeah, I don't know what the solution is, but like I've done almost nothing for baseball. I did nothing for baseball, and I have done basically nothing for basketball. And because it's so hard, there's, and maybe this is a me thing, but there's nothing about the game where I'm like, man, this is really hard. I'm going to try to beat it. I'm just like, it's too hard. What's on the football auction block now?
Yeah. I mean, on the soccer side, I feel like there's a world where they go to week long.
Do we need to though? Like,
no, but maybe in 2 years we do. If it gets so hard to win a reward that people are getting frustrated, you just extend it out to a week long. I mean, I'm not advocating for that by any means, but
is it that hard?
no, not, I mean, I think the level of difficulty is pretty fair right now. It's hard, but you can still win things.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, I'm not sure I want to say this out loud.
Say it. Don't hold back.
I think a lot of the people who complain that it's too hard are playing poorly and don't realize it. And so that's where I think a lot of the complaints are. Like, if you're playing poorly and not winning, the game works.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be easy. And so, yeah.
And certainly there's some weeks where it's harder than others.
Uh-huh.
Like, for instance, you have, those international weeks where you pretty much need a French stack or a French stack. When they're playing Gibraltar, you need a French stack. Yeah. And it is what it is. You're not going to win that game week. Mike said, solution is buy more booze. Let's go.
Oh, there you go. Blue Tomato said, would you have thought that the Premier League winter competitions bring in more new users?
I think the one thing that was interesting to me is I totally underestimated how many super rare entries there were going to be. I thought super rare division was going to be #free money. And
was it not?
And riddle me this, it's almost like whales are more willing to spend new money on the platform because there was a good amount of entries there, and there were very high quality entries in the super rare division, I thought. When I looked at the rare divisions and the limited divisions, I was very underwhelmed with the number of entries in those, where I guess it kind of makes sense that, the smaller budget players are less willing to go in and buy those new cards. But I would be interested to see the number of points needed for a prize in each one of those divisions. I haven't looked at it. It's probably similar, but I would have expected the super rare division to be significantly lower. I don't feel like it probably was.
I'm trying to pull up. I don't even remember how many places paid out in. Oh, here we go. So the minimum
15 or something.
Yeah. So the minimum score for what was the lowest rare payout? Was it like $8 or something like that? $10?
I can pull up the sheet.
Yeah. So the lowest score in rare.
In rare.
How much?
150 in rare was 150th place. Got a reward in rare.
How much did they get though?
Oh, $60.
Okay. So the lowest, so 150th place in rare last week was 308.53. Yeah. Including the lineup that had it had a straight 0 in it.
Wow.
In super rare, what did I say? 308.
Yeah.
Super rare was 15 places. Lowest score was 332. So it was higher.
Yeah.
However, first place in super rare was 417.
Right.
In rare was 448. And in limited was 486.
Totally. That's totally expected though. That piece of it. The top is more entries, more chance at that ceiling score.
I had a weird dual response to it, that it felt like the prices of new season cards seem to indicate that a ton of people were going to play because the gap between old season was just so high. And you were just like, oh, it must be a ton of demand. And then when I saw the entries, it was like, it's not that many.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely made me want to, because I'm only competing on the super rare side, me thinking that was going to be the spot. And actually, like when they first, like the competition first came out, I was like watching the number of entries and I'm like, oh, there's only 6 in there. There's only 7 in there. So I kept buying more new season Premier League cards. And then the night before lock, I was like, shit, there's 60 people playing this. And
Where did you guys come from?
yeah, no free money for me.
Mike's wondering if the low number of entries in rare and limited will increase in week 2 because enough people are like, oh, nobody's playing.
Well, that was my thought. And I have not bought a rare team because I was like, I've already gone down this path. I don't know that I need to keep chasing money and going down the other one. So for now, I'm standing pat with kind of like 1.5 super rare teams.
I was tempted to just buy 5 cards for this week. Like buy now, how much?
Go buy a Brentford stack.
But like everybody's buying those.
Yeah.
But let me get Luton. And then when I can laugh at everybody with their Brentford stacks, I'll go on Twitter and talk about, and everyone is like, I got the good one. I'm like, oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, you'll be like, I knew all along that Luton, this was going to be their week.
Yep. Let's see. We have got 11 minutes left of the Allison unique if you want to get in on that, Andy.
An injured goalkeeper. Interesting.
I mean, not forever. It's only 2 weeks, I heard, too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought that it was going to be a much longer injury.
It was supposed to be. All right, let me see here if I can find. Let's see how much this costs. I guess I should share this with everyone.
Ooh, interesting.
Why isn't Premier League just first?
Yeah. I guess that's alphabetized.
Yeah, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. All right. So these are the buy nows from Sorare. Blue Tomato said, would you say their first marketing campaign has failed? No, I mean, we're 1 week in.
Is this a marketing campaign? I don't know. I don't know what a marketing campaign is. I don't know that I would say that this is their first either. Like, is them slapping their name all over the billboards at games? Isn't that like a marketing campaign? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not a marketing guy.
What are the matchups this week? Like, who's got the? Oh wait, well, Brentford.
Brentford's got the juicy one.
Right.
West Ham's got Palace at home, is pretty decent. Liverpool has Fulham at home, which is quite good.
That sounds cheap.
What are we looking for here?
I think I sold a John McGinn rare for $59, by the way. Let's do a little Sam Tai tribute lineup. All right. You need Louise, right? So 150 for these two. 2 and change, 300. Yeah, I'm not doing this.
Is how close, if you were to just instant buy a whole team, how close are you to paying like market price?
Market price?
How inflated are these?
Let's find out. All right, John McGinn. But the thing is that it feels like nobody is selling
new season cards.
New seasons. All right, so this is 52. So they're 59. All right, so McGinn is 52. So $7 more.
Yeah.
What's Ollie getting us? 58 for Ollie Watkins. Jeez, it's $19 more. Yeah, so you should just definitely not buy them this way. You lose the collection bonus. Yeah. And you probably, if you buy all 5, well, if you buy 5, you get to 1%. But I bet if you buy 5 instant, then you get to 2%. That's where they get you, Andy. I don't know. For limited, it doesn't seem worth a $300 team. I guess you only need 4, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably fine. Like, it depends on who you are too. Like, if I'm just in a hurry and I want to go buy X number of cards, I might just do it.
But you specifically don't want to play limited.
Right. I'm not going to.
Right. And they don't do buy nows for rares anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Germ. I love it. Disagree, Mike. QR code with rivals details for specific game and winner. That'd be fun. But it's good for brand recognition, right, Mike? We can agree on that.
That what, the billboards?
Yeah. Again, not a marketing guy.
I feel like the point is for people to be like, "Hey, what's Sorare?" And someone is like, "I don't know," and they're like, "Okay, anyway."
Yeah,
that's it.
Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So about tequila.
On was it Tuesday night? Tuesday night, we went out for a friend's a family friend's, their son turned 21.
I was gonna be like, I went out with some friends. Actually, I don't really like them that much. They're people I know.
No, family friend, their son turned 21, and we went out for his 21st birthday because he's like the first one in his like friend group to turn 21. So all the adults took him out. And against up 2-0, good to hear. What was like? Oh, and we got to ordering shots for a 21-year-old. So you can imagine the types of drinks that we had on Tuesday night. I had a Vegas bomb, which was the first time I've ever had a Vegas bomb.
Ooh, what's that?
It's like I'll have to look it up, but it's peach schnapps, Red Bull. It's just.
I'm looking it up. Whiskey, cranberry juice, peach schnapps, and stevia.
Yeah, I mean, it just tasted like a sugary.
Oh, excuse
shot.
me, stevia sweetened energy drink. I didn't read long enough.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Red Bull. And then there was we did Jaeger bombs. Did the
Did you say this was Tuesday?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We did buttery, was it buttery navels or buttery nipples?
Nipples, yeah.
Yeah. Did some of those, or one of those. Have you ever had a
sweet, creamy, eye-catching shooter? Butterscotch, schnapps, and looks like Bailey's. Jesus.
We did the red hot shot, which is like Fireball, and I don't know, it just tastes like cinnamon.
And a punch in the face.
I tried to get him to take a. Have you ever had a Prairie Fire? It's Tabasco and tequila, baby.
What is it?
Tabasco and tequila. I mean,
you're
it's
probably
not
more
good.
likely to drink that than the other ones you described.
It's what you order someone else on their 21st birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds awful. All of those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
The other big one for 21st is Three Wise Men, where it's like Johnny, Jack, and Jim, I think.
Jim, yeah. I had that on my 21st birthday.
Yeah. Were you puking in a urinal somewhere?
I probably didn't even make it to the urinal. In the cold sweat in my house, we just call that Tuesday. Well, CJ had one on the 21st, yeah.
Four Horsemen, that's good. Johnny, Jack, Jim, and Jose.
Oh, that's never, like, nobody ever mixes that like those, and they're just like,
you don't mix them.
Isn't it one shot?
A flight. It's my understanding it would be like a flight of 4. Like you bang.
I always knew them as single. No. That seems more. Maybe it's less barbaric, actually. I don't know.
Yeah, mixing them would be weird.
It's disgusting. That's the point.
Like how big? Like how big would the glass be? It'd be like 4 ounces.
I don't think it was like a double shot, and so each one was like half a shot worth, but it's all 4. I mean, I took it once, and I was like, never again. So, or no, I guess it's only 3 because it wasn't a 4 horsemen. Oof. Yuck. Makes me realize how little I drink now myself.
Probably a good thing.
Pros and cons. Tuggy was curious if you drank these sitting down or while sitting down to pee.
I mean, that's not like a normal Tuesday for me. That was more of like a, treating a 21-year-old to typical 21-year-old drinks, I guess. But yes, I was sitting down while I was peeing and drinking those.
It's so I get the joke he was making, but it's funny to think that you were like, hold on, I got to go drink these. I'm going to take this.
Let me go to the bathroom real quick and have a seat.
Let me sit down to drink these. Oh, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, not much drinking going on here.
No. What percentage of a podcast has to be about Sorare to make it a Sorare podcast? Like 1%?
Just put it in the name.
Yeah. I was trying to get some Taylor Swift clicks, which I think, where is it? Oh, it was in the last one before Streamlabs messed it all up. The Good Place was like, I'm only here for the Taylor Swift mentions. And
did you have to add hashtag Taylor Swift back into the
it's in there.
Description. Oh, perfect.
It's in there.
Yeah, lots of hits, lots of disappointed fans.
I'm not going to miss that opportunity.
My daughter's going to be like, "Hey, I found this podcast about Taylor Swift, and they were talking about soccer stuff."
Yeah, Taylor Booth. Well, actually, we've talked very little soccer.
Oh yeah, Taylor Booth.
Raging alcoholics who keep talking about everything but Taylor Swift or soccer. Oh well.
God, Taylor Booth. What has he done lately? Still nothing? Surely
nothing. Isn't he coming back?
I thought he already came back and he just got he's like a 25 merchant. L15 to 34. Yeah, he came back and played 4 games, all awful.
Taylor Booze now. Well done. Fun fact, not a single player on Sorare with the surname Swift.
Yeah.
Not one. I had an idea. Sorare ruined it.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
Agreed.
To be fair, I can only think of the NFL player DeAndre Swift or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. Then again, the football world is so massive that you would think.
All I hear is people bitching about how many cards there are on this platform, and there's not a single one with the last name Swift. Help a guy out here. Come on.
That's when we know that supply will be like, okay, now we know supply is too big once there's Swift cards. Like, okay, we can't add that division because they have a Swift in it.
Okay, I just came up with an idea.
Okay.
Do you think that the key to Sorare is making Taylor Swift an ambassador? Like, how quickly after the announcement that she's a Sorare ambassador, there's a video of her with a hat, that your daughter is like, hey, do you know what Sorare is?
Yeah.
How long? 10 minutes?
I think Swifties typically don't have a ton of disposable income. I say that, but then have you seen how much it costs to go to a Taylor Swift concert?
I was just about to say that. If they don't have the money, somebody's got the money.
Yeah, mom and dad. I need this card. I got to get this card, Mom. I don't know.
I don't think that there is a more. Yeah, I don't think there's a better ambassador they could add.
Well, we already have Serena, so.
Yep.
I mean, they could
Mbappe,
tag team it.
Messi.
Yeah.
Oh, and Good Place. Thank you. Put Taylor Swift tickets in for the top collection prizes, and they'll all be buying into.
Okay, I'm sold. It's brilliant.
So I'm just going to compare any idea ever about like how Sorare can improve to this. People were like, hey, what if they did this? And I'd be like, what if they just got Taylor Swift? And everybody's gonna be like, okay, you're right. There we go.
I love it. I think
now we're marketing guys, Andy.
Yeah, we got it. That's probably the most brilliant idea that we've ever talked about on this show, but also in the history of Sorare. So
like they might have to just stop live streams in YouTube because I'm not sure there's going to be a better idea that's coming out of here.
I agree.
This reminds me of Elf when Andy Richter and I forget what the other guy like pitched the idea to get Miles Finch. And it's like, wait, my two writers are pitching to get somebody else? And they're like, yeah. It's like me and Andy. Yeah. Oh, you want to get people? Yeah, go get Taylor Swift.
Gent's up 3-0. That's great.
Wow.
I don't know who scored their third goal. Oh, it's an own goal. Love it.
Ricky, the Taylor Swift boom, right? We'll never remember Gary V ever again.
Gary V's done. We have Taylor now.
You got Taylor now. Sometimes the answer is just staring you right in the face, but you don't see it. Like, I hope that we've opened this up. I remember when NBA launched and somebody was like, what if like just Drake started buying cards? Like how much of an explosion? And I think that's still true, but I'm a Swiftie on this one now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we have Drake for NBA and Taylor for soccer.
Okay. And like Kenny Chesney for baseball or something like that. Frank Sinatra.
Morgan Walden, I think, is the one, or Walden, Morgan something. That's who all of they're into, I think.
Mike said Taylor's being saved for the NFL launch. That's a good point. And we'll just rename it SwiftRare.
Who do we get on the soccer side then? Is it like Shakira or something?
Yeah, I was absolutely who I was thinking. Yep.
Because we do have PK already, so.
Okay, that might get awkward though.
Yeah.
Although she may be looking for a sponsorship deal at this point. I think Taylor Swift's big enough for all of the sports. Well, we solved it. Thank you to everybody for coming. Oh, Gift Orban got the third, apparently. Thank you, everybody, for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. And special thanks to Taylor Swift for her new ambassadorship of Sorare. That's going to make us all rich. So, yeah, good times. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week.